guys, you're trying this live once again. Anything popped up on your side?
Okay.
You got it?
I don't know. I think this. Yeah.
Alright. Mute it. Alright guys, so just making sure that everyone's in here before we actually get started. So it does show that we're live. Alright, so guys, we are live and today is World Rum Day and we are going to take you through several different rums that we have that, you know, introduce you to some new stuff, introduce you to some old stuff, see what you like to drink on World Rum Day. Alright, so here with Rashan, aka Rumshan. If you're here in South Florida, you can get your rum punches from Rashan. He doesn't like to advertise his rum punches. I don't know. Some people don't like money around here. But anyhow, he makes a delicious rum punches. Caters for weddings and different events as well. You know, provide the drinks. If you want rum punch in your wedding, so delicious rum punch, please reach out. Rashan, aka Rumshan, on Instagram. Rum.shan, right?
Yes.
All right. So, starting off today, because we have some technical difficulties with the live, we already poured up our bourbon carts, right? And you want to give us some history or some synopsis on what exactly is the new bourbon cart?
In a Creole.
Well, yeah. So we got this bottle actually from Haiti. So the bottle is in Creole, and if you fly to Haiti, you could get it for $8. What, duty free?
Yes, at the duty free, $8.
$8, right? So new bottle, new design bottle, you know, wooden cork on the top, stop on the top. Pretty nice redesign.
Yeah, very nice. And up the proof is up. I think the original proof was
40?
43, I believe.
Was 43? Okay.
I think it was 43%. Now it's up to 55%.
All right. So a big increase on that.
Yes.
And definitely we're going to tell you how exactly we appreciate the spirit. Smells a lot more sugar cane.
Yes.
Fresh sugar cane. A little grassy, but smells pretty good. All right, let's get into the tasting. Very grassy. One of that bitter grass. A bit light. Drying. A little bitter. But it hit me like punches I swallowed. Was like, bam. Like, yeah, this is a lot.
Yeah. The sugar cane, the flavor of sugar cane juice is very strong.
Very strong, the sugar cane juice. Very warm on the chest.
It is.
Surprisingly. It's very warm on the chest. So, last year, Rashawn gave me a bottle of the 40%. And I think for almost a month, I would just have a Cuba ice, and I'll put a maraschino cherry on top, and just the white. And I would sip that for like a couple weeks. It was a fun time. This one has a lot more flavor to it.
A lot more.
I don't know. I feel like it could do something similar. It could really do something similar where hot summer in Florida, it's 90 something degrees every single day. Yeah, I think that this is definitely something that I would enjoy.
This is very
sipping
good.
with some ice regularly.
Oh, this is very good.
So mind you, it was $8 in Haiti, but you know, when you get to America, it's typically about $20.
Yes, it's about $20 total wine, ABC wine. But the original bottle,
Right.
I don't think
The new bottle.
Right, the new bottle is here as yet.
Right. But guys, look out for it. Because definitely, it's a good drink. It'll be a very delicious mixer.
I think so.
Right? So, just the amount of flavor components. Like, I love having a mixer that has a really good flavor component. Like, for me, two of my favorite whites are the Banks 5, which is delicious, smooth, and sweet. And then the 10-to-1 white. Right? And this, honestly, seems like a close third.
Yes, I would agree. I don't remember the Banks fight, but I agree with the 10-1. The 10-1 white is one of the best white rum.
Yeah, honestly, there's some. So a lot of people. I just recently got a comment on the channel asking me like what other white rums I tried. I can't remember what video. I think we are talking about the Don Q Silver, right? He's like, oh, you know what other white rums you've tried? So I haven't done a lot of white rum videos, but I really love white rums, right? Like I just bought Chairman's Reserve White. Went back home, saw it in the shop. It was less than $20 US, right? But I was back in Trinidad and Tobago, so I don't know what that price point is in America. Should be similar. Does it even sell in America? The Chairman's Reserve White.
I can't recall.
I don't recall
seeing it.
I don't know if they ship it abroad, but I know I found it in Tobago in the grocery store, and I was happy. Picked it up, less than $20. I would say probably like $18 or so US. And yeah, very delicious rum. I'm getting the appreciation for white rums more and more, because honestly, you know, like there's uniqueness to every rum, right? It's whether you appreciate the uniqueness.
Yes, and white rum, I think, just show, you know, what the rum really is about, without the influence of the barrel.
Correct. So sometimes you just need. So anyway, it's like the pure form of the rum.
Yes, that's exactly where I have it.
So it's like, you know, some rums you try the white rum and you see that the aged product is really heavily influenced by the barrel. Right? And then there's some rums where, you know, what you get out of the white rum tells you, hey, like the barrel helps, or it gives something, it lends something to you, but that doesn't mean anything really, because not it doesn't mean anything, but it's a combination of the two, how you get to the end product, right? Sometimes, you know, the white rum is so bland that you're just like, you know, and honestly, like, I did a video on this, you guys can check it out, how I aged my own white rum. I got some Rare Nephew, I had some Rum Fire, and I had some Rum Bar. And I aged it for some time. In the aging process, I was able to receive a decent rum. Like, it was complexity, there was differences in there, and I really appreciate that. So definitely, guys, you know, check out some of the older videos like the rum aging, because one thing I didn't post is that one of the first rums that I aged was the Angostura White, and that thing is so clean. It's so like limited in the taste because it's a 5-story, you know, column still. That when I aged it in the barrel, that thing was just straight wood. Right, it was the first time I put anything in the barrel too, so the barrel was pretty fresh. It was a fresh wood. But man, I had it in there for 60 days, and that thing was like a wood bomb. So that's some of the things that, you know, I teach on this channel, that I go through on this channel, like stuff like reviewing rums, aging rums, infinity barrels, infinity bottles, all that kind of stuff.
We need to get some more.
I agree.
We need to get some more. This is really good.
So, sunny day in South Florida. This is tasty.
Definitely recommended.
Recommend. Must buy, must have, especially at the price point, probably $20.
Buy one, buy two, buy more.
Yeah, buy. It's a serious buy. All right, so we're going to be moving on. We have a lot of rums to try. Right, finally. Oh, I saw Caesar. Want to hear any more excuses about posting videos? I'll be listening while I was at work. Alright, so Caesar is on there. I'm sorry, Caesar, for not providing you with content on a regular basis. You know, Rashal and I, we're new dads and we're busy. We're really busy.
Very busy.
But today, we're going to churn out some videos. We're going to do a long run through all these rums. And then, you know, we're going to have some rum talk, right? So, let's just drop in a rum talk topic. Right now, it's World Rum Day. We have been waiting on an anticipated release from one of our favorite distilleries, Appleton Estate.
Yes.
Right? So, what is the update right now on the Appleton Estate release, Rashawn? Where are we? Because I heard it was supposed to be in June.
Yes,
right?
They said it's supposed to be be released late June,
Right.
and June has come and gone.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know if it's June 2024.
Maybe it's June. Maybe July is really June 2.0, right?
Yeah.
Maybe it was a mispronunciation.
I keep calling liquor stores. No.
I visited one up there yesterday.
Yeah. They said they see it in the system,
Mhm.
but it's not available as yet.
Right. So we're having a hard time with the
Appleton Legend.
Appleton
17,
Legend, right?
Which goes for $500.
$500. So yesterday we saw a guy posting on one of the rum channels,
Yeah.
and he was saying that he paid $50.
Yes, $50 an ounce.
$50 for an ounce, right? Now, the bottle is 500, limited release, right? $50 for an ounce. I don't think that's a bad number, because I paid about $8 to $10 for an ounce of like $100 bottle at some liquor stores, right? So $50 for something 5 times as expensive, right, is about the same.
No, that's a good.
You know,
that's a good price.
It's a
That
really
is
good
a
price, because some people we know that charge us more.
Yeah,
Yeah.
especially because the bottle is so limited,
Right.
super limited.
Yeah.
It's a one-off product,
Mhm.
not to be made again.
Mm-hmm.
Well, that's what they said,
Right.
right? And legendary, Appleton 17. So
Agreed. So Appleton 17, still waiting on it. We were planning to do kind of like a share, a bottle share,
right?
where we're gonna buy a bottle, right, and whoever puts in, we're gonna share with them, right? So we're pretty much gonna split it almost like even, like pretty much you put in whatever percentage money you put in, you'll get, right? However we pay for it, we'll pay 500 plus tax plus shipping, whatever, probably $600, right? And then we're gonna split up. So we already have Amira, Sean, Nia from Rum Diaries agreed to be on it as well. And I can't remember if Paul from Drums and Rums also agreed, and Roger and they from Just Drinking, right? So we're not sure how many people we're gonna share this bottle with. And if you have too many people, we could just share, we could buy multiple bottles if you could find multiple bottles, right?
Right.
So we gotta figure that out. So guys, if you're in the US, easy for me to get the rum to kind of thing, then definitely you could jump in on the liquor share.
What's the number again? What's the number on the release? The release number.
1,500
1,500 bottles worldwide.
worldwide.
Right. 1,500 bottles worldwide.
Europe already has some allotment,
Yes.
right? It's already in certain liquor stores over there. We can't get a share at all, as yet. So we don't know. We've been looking, we've been hunting. And I just made friends with Burlington up in Boston. I gotta call him up and see exactly if he's getting an allotment, because some way, somehow, we need to find these bottles, all right?
Even though I've read 2 reviews so far where say, it's different.
Yeah.
It's okay, but they're saying the Hearts collection by Appleton is better.
Right.
Better value.
Correct. That's exactly what the guy said.
Yes.
He said it was kind of like he kind of got a flavor profile similar to the Appleton 8 up front.
Yes,
And then he discussed some of the other notes that he got. But all in all, he said that he thinks the hard collection, the 94 and the 99 were better purchases. So we haven't had that yet. We can't tell you, we can't attest, right? But we'll assume that, for a guy who probably bought and tried the 94 and the 99, he know what he's talking about. Alright, but let's move on. So we're gonna try our own, we try a new, let's go back to our own. Right, we got the Valier Habitation Valier House of Single Rums, the Hamden 2011, and this is the LFCH Ray Hamden mark, identified by 200 to 250 esters. Released, distilled in 2011, right, and released, what year was it released? I don't remember what year this thing was released, but it is 7 years old, right? So 2018, right? Angel share 49%, 231.1 grams per hectoliter parts. All right, 60.5% alcohol by volume, right? So I bought this I bought the second hand actually, right up here at this blue mark on the top here is where I bought it at, right? And it's all the way down here. So I've been drinking it. Right? I would say it's not my favorite Hamden. I really like more higher proofs Hamden. Right? I like that. I think you need to hit at least a bit over 300.
Right.
You know, for me to truly appreciate it. But you know, I get into tasting notes from memory. Let's get to tasting today and let you guys know what I think. Alright?
And I think this is second.
This is probably the end of this bottle right here.
Oh,
Yeah, it's all the way down at the end, pal. Watch. That's it.
that's it.
That is it. Alright, so Butter Kill during the live today. So hey, were you able to get the Eldorado 2020, the Eldorado 25, biggest splurge ever? I have not been able to get it. So Eldorado 25, that's the fancy bottles, like 400. I think I saw it in Canada. I saw it in Canada last year. How much was it in Canada? It was cheaper in Canada. I think it was like 300 and like 380 something Canadian dollars. Please check out one of my while I was in Canada, I did some lives in a couple liquor stores, and I can't remember which liquor store it was in. I think it was the one that was similar to the Total Wine and More. It was like something and more, like something spirits and more, something. While I was in Canada, and that one had the Eldorado 25 for like almost 400 Canadian, but again Canadian is less than US, so it was like like almost $300 US. It was way cheaper than the typical price.
Yeah, yeah. Because typically in Florida it's what, 400 or 500.
425, 450.
I see it for like, I think mostly $4.99.
No, I think I saw it cheaper. I think I said for 450. 450 is what
But
I
you
think.
know, for the thing, when was it? I think it was just before Christmas.
Mm-hmm.
ABC Wine.
Yeah.
ABC Wine. I think ABC Wine. Each store of ABC Wine, the prices varies.
Really?
Yeah, they varies.
Why?
Not sure.
That's
But if
really.
you- yeah, if you buy
It's a family business. I think they own everything.
Yeah, so some store give a better a deal
Mm.
than the others. Right. So I find this store in Pembroke Pines, Florida,
Yeah.
to sell a bit more expensive than the one in Fort Lauderdale.
Really?
Yeah, the one in Fort Lauderdale is why I want to.
That's crazy. Because I think that's crazy because Fort Lauderdale is the city. It's the main part of the city. It's way closer to downtown. It's way more an expensive neighborhood compared to Pembroke Pines, which is out there.
Yeah.
Which
So if you check online, you will see, say for instance, a bottle of J. and Nephew white rum.
yeah.
The typical price is say $22. If you wanna change the store to Pembroke Pines, you probably see 21. If you change your store to Fort Lauderdale, it drops to about 19.99.
Wow. Okay.
And then if you
but then they probably move more inventory as well.
Yeah.
So maybe that's what it is. I don't
Right.
know.
So the Eldorado 25
Yeah.
was cheap. I think it was like 400.
Uh-huh.
But then there was a 10% or 15% discount.
Right.
So I put it in my cart, I applied the discount, and it came out to 320, and I'm sitting there looking at it, and I'm like, no. And then I went and I read a review on the loan can about it, how it, too much sugar. I'm like,
Oh, okay.
I can't buy it.
Oh, okay, gotcha. Yeah, sometimes like I tried recently, and we'll get to it. But it tastes pretty sweet to me, and I was like, it was sweet and it was molassesy. And I was like, it's not like an after additional, but it just did not taste like just rum. Like I haven't tried the Eldorado, but I hate when you have a rum, and especially expensive rum, where the aftertaste is so obvious. Because this rum that I'm talking about was like $100 and something rum. And for the taste profile, a guy gave it to me for free, by the way. And it was John Gula. And I was like, I know why John gave me this after. I was like, man, that thing it didn't taste like $100 rum at all. Like, it was weird. But anyhow, here we have Haberdasher Valley, 231 esters. Let's get into the tasting.
I like the nose. Pimento berries.
You're right, you know. So I tasted it, and I could taste pimento. Like, I taste pimento so much, it reminded me of a rum punch.
Like my rum punch.
Yes, yes. No, so again, so Hamden, it's and that's one thing about Valley. They choose the choices in bottles makes them very smooth. They always choose bottles that has a smooth, like either the bottle or the blend or whatever they do, they choose, always has a very elegant nature to it. It never hits you, which is good for introducing people to rum.
Right.
With a veteran like me, like a more of a punch, right? But definitely something that I would say Valley is something, you know, you and your lady would sit. Even at 60%, 60.5%. This is one thing I really love about Hamden is that you could really get some good, easy drinking rums at 60.5. Because think about it. This was 55. Give me more warm on the chest than this at 60.5.
Yeah.
You know? So, and when I say I'm talking about the Barbancourt 55 compared to the Valley Hamden 2021. So, I'm enjoying this.
This is good.
It's trying on the palate a little bit. But
The
not
price
too
of
much.
this is what, $100?
Yeah, well, $95, 95 to 100. So you could still find it. You know, honestly, can't tell you where that is because that's my secret stash.
I almost called out.
See? Exactly.
I almost said the name of the store.
So, there are certain stores around that, you know, it's hard. They get the hard to find stuff. And I really try my best to hold on to some of these hard to find stuff just to, you know what? So add a little drop of water to see if it changes in any way. So, what other rum news do we have to share? Right? We haven't been on for a long time. The Ruby came out. You got, as I didn't get any.
Yeah.
Have you tried the Ruby as yet?
No. That would, I haven't tried
You
it.
haven't tried
yet.
Ruby as yet? Have you seen any reviews on the Ruby? Like how?
No, I haven't even seen a review on it.
That is true. It was a $7.50 a bottle. $7.50 a bottle, no? What was more? No, $7.50 I think. 800? $7.99? You know, I think you're right. I think about 800. So $800 a bottle for the Ruby.
Yeah, for the Appleton Ruby, which is
Appleton
35 years.
35 years. Which was good. Well, I don't know if you say good. Or will you say that $800 for a 35-year-old rum is a good price? Or is it like a Appleton Estate markup?
35 years.
$800.
I would say it's a good price.
Well, it's a good price compared to the Legend.
Yes, compared to Legend and also compare to other brands who have blends. Like the other day I sent you, I don't remember the rum brand, that blend an 80-year-old rum with a 10-year-old rum.
It
and
was
I said, what kind of-
Santa Teresa. Yeah, Santa
What was
Teresa.
it? Yeah, but I don't remember the price though. But the price
Was ridiculous.
It was a bit high, and also you have a bunch of
Like $1,500 or something?
yeah, you have a bunch of rums in the $1,000 range. That is not even a true.
8 statement.
Yeah, true.
Yeah, but-
It's a blend of
Yeah,
10
but
to 25.
A
and-
10-year blend with an 80-year. That 80-year probably is like very minimal because Santa Teresa is in Venezuela. Very hot. Right? Close to the equator. And after 80 years, they probably have like just little trickles. So it's probably mostly 10-year
Maybe
Yeah,
maybe
son.
just a drops.
and like 10% 80-year or something, if so much. You know, I don't know. Like, I think if you had sold me a splash for $1,000 and I buy that faster, then I would have bought a full bottle of 8-year plus 10-year. You know?
Yeah.
Because at least I taste a pure 80-year rum, whether it's a splash of
You know,
terribleness.
if they release that, I would be very curious to
Yeah.
try an 80-year-old rum.
Yes.
Even if it's woody over oak.
Yeah.
You know, just to the experience of it.
You could sell me in a crystal glass or something. One to sample bottle made of crystal.
I just think it's
the same
blasphemous
price.
to mix an 80-year-old rum with a 10-year.
Yeah. That is.
But hey, I'm not the master blender, so
yeah, that is not something
know.
I would do. But
so based off of that, there aren't many true, say, 30-year-old rum, 35-year tropical age, that is.
Mm-hmm.
It's not many.
Okay, I could see that. And it was limited as well.
And there's a
That's
few
what,
of independent.
500 bottles?
Yeah, yes, and it's right. And there's a bunch of independent bottlers. Like you have I think it's Silver Seal, Clarendon, 37-year-old tropical, and that goes over $1,000
Really?
easily. Yeah.
Okay.
And you have some other bottles
Yeah.
that's like 37, 38 years old, and they sell well over 1,000.
Okay. All right. I could understand that then. All right. So.
And it's a good deal compared to other countries, because in Jamaica, it's $1,400 for the ruby.
Really?
Yeah. And in
But
everywhere, America, I think that's the cheapest price.
That's strange, but so you say 1,400 for the ruby, and then another thing, Appleton again released the decades,
Right.
which that's still how long we haven't done any videos, because we didn't even cover the decades. Decades is what was decades? Decades was a blend from
Yes.
every decade.
Yes, a blend of 6 decades. 60s, 60s, 70s, 80s, 90s, the 2000, 2010.
Right.
Right.
So it's a non-age statement, rum, but that sold. But that was 6 decades. They had all the way back to 1960.
Right.
Right. So you had basically like almost a 60-year-old rum, which would make it pretty amazing.
Yeah.
You know, but now this is blended.
It's blended.
Right? So you're not even getting the taste of 60-year-old rum, you're tasting a blend from zero all the way back. And that was $1,600. And that was also limited.
Yeah.
I don't know, pa. These Appleton releases coming fast, furious, and breaking the bank. We have a $1,600 release, $800 release,
$500.
or $500 release. Well, they're getting cheaper. They're trending in the right direction. Alright, so we tried new Bourbon Court 55%. We tried the Habitation Valley Hamden 2011. And now we're gonna try. Rashad hasn't tried this one as yet.
No, I haven't tried
Right?
this one.
This is one that I have tried. I've been sipping on most of the week. Right? This is Down Island Single Cask Rum Series. Alright guys, so Brazil Rum 2011 A. I don't know why they have that A at the end. Down Island Spirit Single Cask Rum Series is enthusiastically dedicated to unique, high quality cane spirits from around the world. Our bottlings are always presented at cask strength and untainted by additives. Just honest rum. This is a column still 80% cane juice, 20% 20% molasses distillate. Right, so you have a blend of cane juice and molasses. It was distilled and blended in 2011 and aged on site for 6 years in Ambarana casks, which Brazil has some unique casks.
Yeah.
They don't use the traditional just bourbon barrel style things. They have tons of cars, they have tons of unique woods in South America. And honestly, you know what? Just thinking about this just in my head now, I'm thinking like, why don't Eldorado, who has green heart woods and different types of unique woods because they're part of the Amazon forest, right? Why don't they release their own cars? Now this definitely should be a little clip. Caleb, master blender at Eldorado or Diamond Distillers Limited. Why don't you have a rum in one of your guys' unique cars from the unique woods of Guyana? Just a thought. Alright, so Brazil, Down Island Spirits, they has this, which is a 6-year-old 6 years in Ambarana cask. Then it was shipped to Europe, where it aged an additional 6 years in American oak cask before being bottled in 2023 in Florida. I did not recognize this was partially
I don't know.
European
I thought
blended.
it was all tropical age.
But Ambarana cask, like, is that a once used cask or is a fresh cask? Because think of it, if you have 6 years in a fresh wood, a virgin wood, as like a bourbon, if you then leave it in the Caribbean and put in a different cask, 11 to 12 years in fresh wood cask in the Brazilian heat would do a lot. It would be way woodier, but then you haven't tried it yet, so you don't know how woody it is, right? But I think that from whatever we try now, it would be a lot woodier, but I did not know that it spent years in Europe. But definitely, so now we know 6 and 6, 6 years in Brazil in Ambarana cask, then 6 years in American oak cask in Europe,
80%.
right? So it's shipped to Europe, 80% cane juice, 20% molasses. All right, so no dilution, and we're talking about 55.1 alcohol by volume. Okay, 12 years. This is bottle 101. And they sell these in 500 milliliter bottles. Everyone's going on this 500 milliliter.
What?
Sorry, 700.
Oh, you scared me like, what?
Yeah, sorry, 700 milliliter bottles. Everyone's hopping on that train. Everyone is, saving that 50 mLs, supposedly to give us a better price. I don't know if I buy that story, but whatever, right?
Definitely won't buy that.
So they have this unique bottle, this unique bottle shape. I really like it. It makes the bottle seem smaller, because it's so compact and there's no real neck to the bottle. However, it fits. You could fit a lot more of these in a box than you could fit any other bottle on this table. Just by the height, you could get a shorter box. Like packing wise, it's a great packer. And honestly, holding wise, it just feels pretty small compared to anything else. This seems bigger. This just has an odd shape, right? Where pouring, I don't know, I have a pretty big hand, right? So I could hold it and span it pretty quickly. But, you got a 5'5" bartender girl back there. I don't think she could grab this as well. So it's not, a good bartender bottle, these bottles here. That's one of the things that I've learned, that sometimes people take bartending into the thought when they produce a rum. That if it's going to be a rum that they want it in bartender's hands, they pretty much try to get it more circular and smaller diameter a lot of the times, just to be able to fit. Like this is a typical smaller radius, my hands are almost touching, right? That it's easy for a bartender to pour pretty quickly. This a bit wider, but circular. But this to me, I just think like these boxes are pretty small for these rums. But I digress. So we are here to try the Brazil. So since I tried already, Rashawn, you go ahead, you taste, you let me know your notes. Let me know what you think it smells like, what it tastes like. And let the people know why this is a good rum to buy, or why this is a rum that you should just stay far, far away from. All right, let me try to adjust this camera a little bit. Let's see how that goes. Is that the right way I adjusted it? Oh no, wrong way. Alright, so.
You gonna do a live with
What you
this
think?
before?
Yeah, I think I did a live the other
You did
night.
a live with this?
Yeah. Did I do a live? I think I did a live on Instagram.
With this?
Yeah.
Yeah?
Recently I did a live. Yes. This is the only room I did. Yes, I did a live. I remember Dung Island Spurs responded to.
Yeah, right. Yeah, you did tag me in it. Yeah.
So what do you think?
Kind of hot on the nose. I get a slight burn. Okay. That's different.
That's slight burn on the nose, you're right.
to describe this.
Exactly. Exactly. So, it's very different. There's a very uniqueness to the spirit, and there's a uniqueness also to the barrel. The barrel doesn't give that straightforward bourbon flavor or that traditional wood flavor, right? It's different. It's not woody like that. There's a better uniqueness of the wood, and there's also a complexity of the rum spirit itself. And then because both things are unique, you're not sure where to draw the line.
I know.
Between rum influence and wood influence. For me.
What I picked up so far, I know at the end. Yeah.
Oh man, lightning and thunder on the side.
I get like a pine.
Pine. Like pineapple or pine wood?
Pine wood.
Pine wood.
A pine wood. At the end of it though. Man, I don't know how to describe this one. This one. This. And it's good. I feel like there's so much going on. There's a lot going on. You know, especially because it's a blend of molasses and sugarcane juice. It's like,
but not just a blend of molasses and sugarcane juice, but also it being Brazilian.
Brazil, right?
Where it's more cachaça type production, where also the flavor notes of Brazilian cachaça is also complex, somewhat grassy, somewhat agricole, but still unique in its own way, right? So I'm getting some of those type of notes. And then on top of that, the wood itself, I'm getting some dryness and some tannins of the wood, but also I'm getting another complexity that I don't think it's just from the spirit. I think there's some complexity and some unique flavors from the wood as well. So it's just like having this to me is just incredibly unique. It's incredibly unique. It's incredibly just different. And I probably tasted 2 or 3 times before I did it live.
Yeah?
Yeah.
It kind of remember when we went to Miami Rum Festival. And I can't remember that cachaça brand. Oava.
Yeah, it's like AUVA.
They had like 10 rums.
Yeah, they had about 6 different woods. Yeah.
They had
this
wood.
Yeah,
they had this wood.
Yeah.
And it kind of brings me to that.
I think they aged their rums like about 5 years or so. They don't have a cachaça brand. About 5 years they aged the wood. They aged the rums or the cachaça. And they were like about $55, $60.
Yeah,
like $55.
I think they're more on the expensive side.
About $55. And also they were like 45%. So I could find that. I think they're about 45% cachaça. Right? So $38 to the Blanco, $55 for the Ambarana, which is what we're trying here now. $55, and also let's see how long it was aged and all that. Let's see to find
it's
that.
very light.
I don't want to unlock anything, man. This guy's trying to sell me stuff. It looks very light. Look like it's aged for like 2 years or less.
I'm surprised if
Especially,
it's months.
yeah, it's probably months because this is in Brazil, so you expect hotness, you expect more color penetration over time. They do not describe the aging. And honestly, we cannot remember from we have spoken to them before.
Yes, which is from. What year moving?
That would have been. That wasn't last year. It was 2021. Yeah, I think 2021.
2021.
Right. So they have a lightly aged version here, and the lightly aged version is of this type of wood is $55 for the Oava cachaça. Right. They have the Prata, which is like the Blanco. And they have the stainless steel vats. Then they have another one, still strength, 90 proof. So I guess it comes off kind of low for there still, because that shouldn't be 90. That they have oak, right? 2 years in French oak, but it looks pretty light. So this is quite spent wood that they're using.
And this is
Now the Ambarana, right, which they said is a wood only found in the forests of Latin America, right, which should be close to Guyana is part of of South America, so it should be within their region as well. Mellow, smooth, airy wood tank. So they're using tanks. So that's probably why they don't have high color, right? They could be using very big vats made of wood, or even they could use stainless steel vats and just throw chunks of wood in there, you know, based on how they want to do it. But this brand, they usually sell with very light aging, right? The color is a little bit deeper than straw color. They have what? Jaquitiba, Rosa. They have a ton of different woods that they have.
They have a lot.
Copa, they have a ton. So they might be using giant vats made of wood, or giant vats with wood inside, like staves inside of the vats. Pretty cool brand. We use them. We got Uncle Pete from the cocktail shop. I have a Plantation Barbados Aging Ambarana. It's incredible. You know, I really need to try another brand's version, like a traditional rum version, Aging Ambarana, right? So that version that Uncle Pete has probably a good one to compare, because though you have a traditional rum in the same mood, right? Right now we have Brazilian cachaça, we have Brazilian rum.
Right.
So it's a thing where it's something that's kind of unknown to us. Like we're not really versed in that type of spirit with an unknown rum. Right? So thank you for your input, Uncle Pete. Thanks for joining. So we have, what do you think? We didn't even say, so this is a must have. Right?
This is a must have.
20 bucks. Cheap. Very delicious.
And if you can get it from $88.
If you get from $88, then we finished off the Habertalian Valier, which is about 95 to 100 bucks. Decent, smooth, very good tasting. That's the thing with Valier rums. They always, like, no matter where it comes from, they go to whatever distillery it is and pick the smoothest version that they've ever distilled. Like, even I tried one of their Worthy Parks. One of the smoothest Worthy Park rums ever. I've tried their privateer. And the smoothest privateers I've ever had. Yeah. Every time you have a rum from Habitation Valley, you get a very smooth rum. So this bottle is finished. You just finished it here. This one, I said I must buy. Like it's between a must try and a must buy for me, just because I like the stronger, higher esters, especially from Hamden, right? This was good. It was enjoyable. My wife and I could sit and enjoy that. You know, like me personally, I enjoyed it, but I like higher punch.
Yeah, right. The higher esters, higher marks.
Yeah, higher marks.
I think our favorite start at El Rock.
El Rock is how much esters?
El Rock, I believe, is 300, 350.
Yes, exactly. You're right. Yes, that's exactly the starting point for us. This is a little lower. It's a little more delicate.
Yeah, because I think this is the second mark on the table. Yeah.
Right.
OWH.
Which is like 100 and something.
Yeah. And then
like
you have this LFCH. And then you have El Rock.
Right.
Third. And then you have HLCA, HLCF, which is about 500.
Chevron, what's the side eye about? Alright, so we're getting comments in the live. What? Definitely, must try, must buy. What would you say?
I would must buy this.
You must buy. Just get a bottle, drink it out. Like my bottle is done, I'm good. I don't need to buy a second one.
No, I don't think I would buy a second one.
Yeah, I don't need to buy a second one, but I would buy one. Right? So that was enjoyable. It was a good experience and an enjoyable experience. Right, guys, we're in South Florida. It is storming outside, so pardon. You know, the thunder strikes and the lightning clashing and all that kind of stuff. And the constant raindrops in the background. Like, maybe we should just shut up and just let the rain speak for us. Anyhow, guys, so we did 3 so far. What we haven't tried.
What do you think about this? Is this a must buy for you or a must try?
A must buy. It is unique and I would like to enjoy it all the way through.
It's very unique. Maybe I have to taste it. I have to taste it some more. I believe it's definitely a must try. because of the uniqueness
Mm-hmm.
of you know, the molasses, sugarcane juice, and the wood. But I'm not.
So here's what I say. It's smooth.
It
It's
is
a pop of sweet. Tons of unique flavors, but
Very
not
unique.
overpowering.
not overpowering, very unique.
So for me, just a ton of unique flavors without being overpowering is a masterpiece. Because a lot of times when you get into a ton of unique flavors, it overpowers you and it kind of like you want to go in a corner and sit down and think about it. You know, I want to buy this, I want to try this, I need to try it. You're like, you know, like when we go to these rum shows sometimes, there's so many rums we try that when we get home and the next time we sit down we talk about it, we're like, bro, I can't even remember what that is. Because it's so much and it's so overpowering that it's just like, it's a lot. You know? So for me, this is something I could sip, and what even proved to me more that I would buy this, I gave it to my wife. I was like, oh, this is good. Now my wife, when it comes to things that are too funky, she's like, I don't like this. Like I cannot recall. I gave her the ITP, she didn't like it. There's a lot of rums I give my wife, say, I don't buy that. And I feel bad because then I bought it, right? But this rum, she tried it and she's like, I like it. So it confirmed to me that it is balanced enough for someone who isn't, like my wife drinks rum, like, she doesn't drink rum straight like that. Like she'll drink cocktails, we'll drink cocktails ever so often, like once a month maybe, right? She'll drink a cocktail. So she wouldn't just drink rum, she wouldn't just sit with me and drink rum or whatever. So I just like once in a while, like, yeah, try this. Like, oh, I like this, I don't like this. And she liked this rum. So that to me was picture proof. This is a good rum.
It's a good rum. I don't know. I just have a little.
I don't know. There's some reservations.
Yeah. I don't know. I feel like to me,
Mm.
it would be almost like an acquired taste. I have to try it,
It
some more.
It just
Because it's new. It's like it's new to me, and it's like
so
I'm trying to figure out what's going on.
it is an acquired taste, but it is smooth and balanced enough for it to be approached in couple sips or couple sittings. So that means a must buy, because yes, there are some people like yourself that's kind of like, they're kind of confused, they're kind of like, you know, like what is this? Do I even like this? But having a bottle, you could sip through and get to learn and enjoy. What you need?
Oh, I was gonna say if you want some confusion.
What confusion you want to add?
It's the Ghana.
Alright, so I don't want to do the Ghana yet just because we do have a bottle and I just want to do rums that we could suggest to the people for them to buy straight out. They could see the bottle, see the presentation and know what it is. But we have other bottles here that we need to get to. Well, that we should get to, right? So this is bottle number 3, right? This is the Brazil from Dung Island Spirits. We also have samples from the Dung Island Spirits. We tried 2 Jamaica. One was the Hamden, one was a Worthy Park, and 2 was from Barbados. But I don't recall him telling us exactly what distillery they were from. The Barbados rums.
I think it was 4 Square.
Mm.
I believe it was 4 Square.
Okay. Both of them was 4 square or 1?
I think both was 4 Square, but I think one was more tropical age, and one was more continental age.
I think you're right. And funny enough, for the Dung Island Spirits, right? These bottles right here. Alright, so these are how all the bottles are. I had preferred the Barbados rums
Oh yes.
more than the Jamaica rums. Right? I
The
want to make that
Barbados was
clear.
wonderful.
I want to make that clear to everyone because I am typically a Jamaica rum drinker, right? Like yes, I would buy the 4 Squares, I would buy the Mongays, right? Those 2 I would buy typically. And I've tried a lot of the Plantation, but Plantation gives rums from everywhere else. I typically don't really buy the Plantation Barbadoses. I haven't bought any of those really. But
No, never.
Yeah.
I don't know why either.
We always buy.
You know, I always see the
buy
plant.
yeah.
I always see the plantation Barbados, and I look.
But
They're the limited edition, and I'm like, I don't know.
But
There's just something about it.
according to Uncle Pete, we should buy the one in the Ambarana.
Okay.
Ambarana cast. Right?
It's probably difficult to find.
It probably is, because I've never seen it. I didn't even know that existed. Right? So, but we bought out a 4 square, good bit of 4 square, good bit of monkey, but we would typically quicker to pick up a Jamaica, right? But these Barbadoses were pot stills. The boats
Yes.
were pot stills.
Yes.
And I wish Barbados would put on more pot stills, because those pot stills were delicious, and I would definitely buy those. The Barbados from Dung Island Spirits are delicious. I would say they are must buys. Alright?
Yes. The others are a must try too.
The others are must tries. Like, you definitely should
They
try.
have picked good barrels.
Yeah. But the Barbados, must buys. Even
Yeah,
at
my favorite is
the
the
$175 version one, it's like 20 years, 23 years, I would buy it. It's a tough buy. Now, mind you, I don't have money lying around like that. I have plenty of rums to buy, right? But I would, if I had that money, I would buy it. And if I don't have the money, I would try it, right? But the other one at $90 something, the other $90 something Barbados, I think that was Continental. I think I would buy that one. That one would be a definite buy. At $90 something, we buy $90 something bottles all the time. So that's a must buy. The $135 a must try, but definitely both of them were really expensive. This is definitely take into consideration the price. Because when we say must buy, must try, we're talking holistically, like price, taste, everything. Do you want this bottle? Because you could say a must buy bottle at $800. Bro, like, I won't tell anyone that these Appleton Estate release at $800 a must buy.
If it's Appleton, it's a must buy.
Alright, that's Russian's thing. If it's Appleton, must buy.
Alright. Once an Appleton mark on it is a must buy. Appleton can do no wrong.
I don't know about that, right? I have appreciated the Appleton.
Except before they playing us with the releases.
Yeah. This legend release has been ridiculous. The Ruby, I think it was the lead. They didn't really give us much information. They didn't give us much information. They didn't promise us anything, right? They didn't promise that it was releasing by a certain date and didn't release. It should have been released. I understand those production issues.
This with the hearts.
Hearts
Because
also.
we weren't
Okay.
even sure we were even gonna get the hearts.
That is true. And the hearts come like a year later.
Yeah.
The hearts is ridiculous.
And we haven't get any more. And they
Bro.
released 4 more.
Bro, the hearts we got a year later,
Yeah.
pretty much. And sporadic releases. Like, Total Wine got one time. Then a month had passed when they had dwindled down to nothing. Then ABC got.
Tell you something. Even 2 months ago, ABC Wine got some. That's just 2 months ago. And that's the same release. You know?
It has been really, really ridiculous. So, Uncle Pete says, might be Oregon exclusive. Okay. So, he's saying that the Plantation release might be the Plantation Ambarana cast release might be Oregon exclusive. He's all the way out there, out in the northwest, right? So he has, I think he was saying that he had like controls. They have like a control state where they pretty much could go on a website and find their rums and stuff like that.
Right.
Like they get some unique stuff, but then they don't get a very wide, you know. So they might get some Worthy Park stuff that you can't get here. They might get some rum fire that you can't get certain places, but then they wouldn't get other things like they might get Virago or they might get bourbon core, like things that are kind of more typical. So that's how it is with them. So we are on the 4th bottle, right? So 4th bottle. I don't know if Rashawn and I want to stop here because we've been on this thing for probably an hour now, right? It's almost an hour. You get me, man. That's okay. Alright, so Virago is branch from the US. Let's see where Virago is from. I think I had it. So this is Virago 4-port rum, distinct blend of pot and column still distillery across the Caribbean. Barbados 8-year rum, pot and column distillate. Jamaica 4-year rum, pot still distillate. Nicaragua 5 to 8-year-old column still. Panama 6-year-old column still. Wonderful complex. Excuse me.
43%.
43%. It won 2019 SIPS Award.
SIPS Award.
And American Distillate Institute Judging Craft. Double gold, best class, best category, blah blah blah. Alright, so
you hear about those competitions before?
Rashawn says that you shouldn't believe in the awards. Well, alright, no, Rashawn was like, he was skeptical, right? Me on the other hand, honestly, I am also skeptical. Let's be real and let's be honest.
You ever say, I watched this video one time where they break down awards and they show you how much rums or how much spirits win gold and silver. More win than lose. It's like everybody gets, it's like when Oprah Winfrey,
you get a car.
It's like you get gold, you get gold, you get gold. Everybody gets gold.
Yeah, so I understand that. And honestly,
with a grain of salt.
Yeah, no, honestly, yes, I agree. Like, take these wins and gold medals and whatnot with a grain of salt. I look forward more to rum reviewers that I know and respect and understand their palates to really judge what is good from what is not as good.
Definitely.
For example, like I listen to the Rumcast, which is a podcast. And John is a friend of mine. He lives on my side. And Will. Honestly, I typically agree more with Will, which I think I met Will once in one of those rum festivals or whatever. And John. I agree more with Will's take and Will's. I was like, yo, Will is really more up my alley on thought process a lot of times. Even though John's my friend, like a lot of times Will says things and chooses things and does things like, I'm more of a Will kind of guy. But definitely they have like good takes and good understanding of rum. The Lone Canna. This is Fat Rum Pirate. These are guys that I look forward more to. Their profiles and their reviews on rums. And when they describe things, I understand where and what they're coming from. And that way, like if they say, hey, this thing's a must buy, a must try, they say, yo, this thing is great, it's not good. Like I understand, like I would buy or not buy a rum based on their input. But based on the awards that these people give out, not so much.
I don't think I buy rum. You ever buy rum? No, never buy rum based on awards.
No, sir. Not at all. Like I buy rum based on who recommended it to me.
Yes. There's a few others also who do a very good job.
Yeah. So this here's a blend. Column pot from different places. Let's try the what's it called? The Virago 4. I lost it. The 4-port rum, right? Which I guess they're talking about the 4 ports in the Caribbean. Right? They didn't say anything about port aging or anything like that, right? So it just says it's just ingredients first philosophy of craftsmanship brings together a distinct blend of pot and column distillate from 4 ports across the Caribbean. Wonderfully complex and bold, Virago opens up notes of vanilla spice, leading to a cascading wave of figs, dried coconuts, crumbly, accumulating with a lingering smoky finish. Alright? Let's see. What do you think? I like the nose. Orangey. Hot. Oh boy. Make you want to cry. There's some complex cocoa notes.
What was the price of this?
I think someone gave me that. What is the price of this?
I think 20 something dollars.
I think it's not that cheap. I think it's like $30 or so. I don't think it's that expensive. It's available in Virginia, which is controlled, which is $29.
It's a total wine. Total wine is where I always see
$31. Total wine, $30.
Okay.
So, right, so this gives us perspective. This is 95. This is about 95. This is 31. This is about 20. So we went 20, 95, 95, back to 30 to end it off, right? So this is honestly, and we give you all this information to kind of give you perspective on what exactly is taking place with this rum. All right. Pretty light.
It's like
Very light. But you know what it tastes like in the background? It tastes similar to the Myers.
the who?
The Myers.
Oh,
You need some water to remember that. It tastes, it starts off very light.
the Myers
The Myers
finishing
single barrel.
right.
Yeah.
Single barrel finishing right.
Yes, correct. That's what it tastes like in the end. Mm. Alright, most buy. $31. I don't pick up on any $30. I don't pick up on any sugar or sugar residue, like added sugar in the background. Do you pick up any?
I pick up something, but I don't know. The port. I don't remember what port wine tastes like.
There's no port in there, there's just four
Hold on.
ports. They just talk about the 4 countries, pal. Like, you looking for port and I can't find it.
Well, I thought it was
So pour and
something
try again.
port.
Pour and try again. Exactly. Pour and
from
try
4
again.
ports. I can't think
Four
of one of them
ports.
complex and bold.
I think Jamaica ends it off. The Panama, Nicaragua, it's kind of like the up front where it's kind of light.
Somebody puts one of these
It definitely reminds me of that Sazerac. A bit lighter, but I think it's a similar. They probably got it from the same place. Who did they get the that Sazerac from? That was from National Rums of Jamaica. The Myers.
good question.
I think it was like the flavor profile.
Yeah, oh yeah. Oh, it's definitely the National Rums of Jamaica.
Oh, okay,
Which is
but it might be a blend. Even though
it's a blend of probably Langpan and Clarendon distillers.
But
This
$31.
No, this reminds me of Cane Island. Right. Oh. Cane Island, Jamaica. I don't know, I feel like there's some sugar in it.
There could be.
Slightly though. It's not
Yeah,
over.
it's not overpowering.
No,
it's
it's not.
lingering.
It's not.
It's
And
not like
it could be from the Panama.
yeah. I don't know if there's some sugar there. And it doesn't overpower me. It doesn't overpower me. And there's a rum that I really want us to try that will overpower us with the sugar. But then we are just like, we're doing good rum so far. I really thought I didn't expect this to taste. Like I've tried it before.
Not a bad rum though.
And I was like, I don't remember if I like it or not. Obviously I tried before because it's all the way down here. I'm pretty sure I got it either sealed or like way up at the top. Right? But no, at $31, I'll buy it. I'll buy it. Like, I'll buy other rums. It's not, it's a, you know, it's kind of tough for somebody who buys so many rums, right? I like this Sazerac more than this, but it gives me a very similar Myers Sazerac rye kind of taste.
No, that I taste it, I don't think I'd buy it.
Really?
I'm not saying it's not bad. It's okay, good. It's good.
But you rate the Sazerac over it. So it doesn't make sense to buy it. Or what? What are you thinking?
I don't know. Maybe it's just because we said we won't buy more cheap rums anymore.
That is true. So
Yeah.
one of the cheap rums that I buy all the time is the Appleton.
Appleton 8. That's Appleton 8.
Yeah.
The plantation, Jamaica. Jamaica.
Yeah.
Or that. I think that's the only cheap rum we agree.
Or the Sazerac. The
Yeah.
Myers Sazerac.
Yeah. Otherwise from Jerry Neville,
Yeah.
Jerry and overproof rum bar, rum
Yeah.
fire, those.
Yeah, but like aged rum that you can sip on.
Yeah, it's the Appleton 8.
Like I bought like 2. I bought at least 2 last month at the Appleton 8. I usually fill up my barrel back there with the Appleton 8 and then top it up with other things. So like I might pour this out in there, this finish, can't pour
You
it
know
in
what I
there.
do? I take the Appleton 8 and then I pour Jerry and it overproof on it.
Really?
Yes. You know, I'm trying to get, I don't know, I feel like I need a Appleton 8 cast string.
Yeah, so, back to some more rum talks. So, one thing that we have been talking about since last year, that they should have cast strength versions of the rums. And funny enough, after you and I spoke about that for a couple months, Barbados brought out the black barrel cast strength that could only be found at the distillery.
And we said it. Let it
Mind
be
you,
at least.
Rashawn and I been sitting in my garage since last year talking about this.
Before.
We kept saying that Appleton should bring out a cast strength version to each of their rums. And for me, the Appleton 8 would be must buy by 100 pack. Like I legit.
If they double the price, I would buy it.
Watch me. Give me a cast strength. They're probably more than double buy. They're probably more than almost triple it. We probably have to pay $100 for it. But a cast strength 8-year rum. It should be $60. But you just know how Appleton would, and you just talk about, Appleton is cost the price. You know Appleton would charge us nearly $100 for an 8-year Appleton Reserve. Would you buy it? Yes.
Yes.
Would I buy it? Yes. Okay.
I would buy a cast strength 12 too. And a cast strength 15.
I'll buy a cast strength 15.
I would buy the whole lineup.
I'll buy the lineup. But what would I buy repeatedly? I would repeatedly buy the 8.
Yeah.
I repeatedly buy the 15. Those two, repeat buys. Alright, Caesar said Appleton 15 cast strength. Yes.
Yes,
Watch me.
definitely.
Caesar, you're on it. Watch me.
We've
Appleton
talked about this a
15
lot.
cast strength.
They should definitely, the whole product lineup should be in cast strength. Fine, you don't want to ship it overseas. Let it be at the airport, duty free,
Yeah.
or at the distillery only.
Correct.
But I don't see why you can.
So, message to Appleton. Cast strength versions of the lineup presently would be much appreciated.
You can
And
double the price.
double the price. You come to the distillery to try it, whatever it is. You know, I haven't been in the distillery in a couple of years. I need to come back.
And it
So
shouldn't be too hard to do.
give me a easy.
Because then they don't have to try to water it down.
You gotta waste the water, pal. Save
Yes,
the water.
You get to save the limestone.
Yeah, save the water, man. Use the water and wet the cane fields and things. Don't worry about it, right?
Right?
Cast strength.
Straight from the barrel to the bottle.
Cast-
double the money.
Exactly.
No problem.
I've been wanting to come to Jamaica. This would be a good excuse,
And
right?
guess what?
Let's get this
On
done.
a cast strength, I'm sure it won't be no more than 63%.
Yeah.
So it's just 20% more and they doubling the price.
Correct.
The
Save
value.
save the glass, save
more
everything.
profit for them. It's
Caesar
more
said I'm
profit.
happy paying $125 for that for the 15-year Appleton. So
I would.
Caesar already putting all his prices out there. He'll pay $125 for the cast strength 15-year from Appleton Estate. Alright, so far we went through 4 rums. We had some must tries, we had some must buys. We have a must have. You would say a must try, right? Or must
It
buy?
must try. Me personally
A
must try.
Alright. And this one here?
This is a must have. This is very
A must-
balanced and
It was a
elegant
must
for
buy.
a Hamden.
Like-
Must buy.
Must buy, yeah. Just we want to enjoy the whole time. This also is a must buy.
Yes, I have switch. Yeah,
You
must
switch.
buy.
Yeah, because to me it's like you would really get a chance to really enjoy and get the flavors. You know, I cannot enjoy what the flavors are. Because to me it is so balanced and so nice that I can't see myself not going through it. You know, not really enjoying all of what they done the islands rum. Because in a couple months it might be like, you know, in a couple months, within a couple weeks it might be like, what is a vibe? You know what? I just like, yeah, these are vibe. You understand? So, guys, we went through 4 rums. You wanna go through some more because we have.
You can throw more in the mix.
Alright, so guys,
We have control.
we got the 2 right there.
What? Oh, the queen chair, privateer.
So we have this old queen share privateer, right? And we also have. This is probably one of Rashawn's favorite behind here, so. Right? We also have this. So,
SBS New Year month.
guys, I don't know if you even know about some of these things. You're gonna take away some of the old, put in somebody new, right? So, we are moving on now. So, even
You haven't been drinking this?
no, pal, I just took that out. So, all right. So, what we have here today is what we have here today. We're moving on to even more rums. You want a new glass? Let me go with that.
Oh, yeah, I think I know.
So, this is another one that I bought. Just opened it last week. I've been drinking. So you see, the long nights when I'm working late,
Wait, when you buy this?
we buy this last year sometime. Yeah. I just opened like a week ago. Just opened it. But it's been pretty good. So let's get into the tasting. Let's get into the vibe. So this is an old privateer, right? So if you look up online, I'm gonna look this one up before we even get in too much. Alright, so maybe we need to cover some rum news before we get into this. So this was privateer back in the day when our good friend, what her name is, Maggie? Is Maggie Campbell?
Yes.
When Maggie Campbell was still at privateer, right?
Who is with Mount Gay currently?
Right, so she's in Mount Gay. What the hell is going on with this thing? Alright, so Maggie's now with Mount Gay. She's now, what do you call that? What do you call distillery manager or some sort of manager?
Yeah, she has some.
She has something special title over there.
The Queen Share was known to be the very finest and rarest barrels from a distillery, reserved only for royalty. Today we offer it to you, the people. Distilled from a meticulous collection of our most flavorful cuts. Only a few barrels of the Queen Share are distilled each year at privateer. This rum is made in a traditional style, once treasured, then lost, now revived.
What is the cast number?
Revive part.
Oh, it is 1110. So the thing was, privateer put the cast on the bottle, and that's because they release so many of these Queen shares.
Yes, they do.
That each one has a different thing. So the last one they released was the 4-year Queen share. However, this one here is only 2 years and 1 month and 27 days. So these things used to be so young. And this is when I really just kind of get into the rum business, where people start telling me privateer. And I was like, yo, you can't sell me these expensive young rums. Like, this just never makes no sense to me.
We used to say that.
Yeah.
There's
Like,
2-year-old rum for
$45, $50. Like, no, sir. Like, I just wasn't into it, right? So, I was never that big on the privateer bandwagon when there was at these young ages. You know, everyone was big on the privateer, but I think until they crossed 4 years.
Yeah, I think they're up to about year 6 now.
Yes, so the new Queen Share I think is 4 years. But the other rums that they had that they released, that we tried like 2 years ago.
Yeah, we tried 2 years ago.
Those were up to like 5 and 6 years. So, that was 2021, February.
February, right?
Yeah, no,
We tried that.
2023, so 2022 February. Because that was when the COVID spike happened. Yeah, because this year is 2023. We're in July. We just went to the last rum conference in February. So it'd been the previous year, 2022.
Right. That is true.
Alright, so, but this one here, like, I bought for like cost price. I think it was $45 the person charged me for it. So this is barrel P110 Cooperage used rum barrel, 53 gallons, barreled in 2012 2016, January, for 2 years, 1 month, and 27 days. Medium amber hue, flash of gold in the glass, viscous rum coating in the glass, and the aromas are meadow sweet hay, wildflower, dry red apple, white cherry, perfume to the nose. Palate is rich in texture, supple and round, understated power, shows minerals such as oyster oil. Where did come on, man? The complexity. Oyster shell, sorry. It's minerality, almost like oyster shell. You see, we're not rich enough. We never eat much oyster shell. I can't tell you when last I eat an oyster shell.
I don't really
So that's the problem. We haven't had the richness of oyster shells. Complexity with biscuit shortbread, heather, orange zest, perfumed black vanilla powder, and cocoa butter. Flash of long and perfume in the back palate. Rum opens and evolves with the air. Alright, so Rashawn, we're not advanced enough, but let's try.
No, definitely not. I get alcohol burn.
Yeah. Hot on the nose, I cry.
Hot on the nose.
Hot on the nose. So
Smell is young.
I got alcohol burn, I got sweetness. I got like a sweet, I wouldn't say apple. You know, it almost smells like, it almost gives you that candy flavor that you get from the Savannah herb or the Cassana. You know that vibe?
Yeah.
You get that kind of candiness, that kind of candy note, like, what kind of candy is that is? It's a sweet, light, almost like cotton candy or something like that, I would say. But it's hot, right? So this is the time, honestly, that I was not into privateer, right? This when privateer, I just couldn't understand the justification. I understand it's an American brand, things are more expensive to create in America, pot still. But this was the time when I was just like, I don't see it, right? But when the person was selling, this person had sold out their collection and they had a lot of rums listed, and I bought this and I bought the Hamden 2011 from them. And we also
that's
bought,
where you got this?
Yeah. And you had gotten
the St. Nicholas Abbey.
St. Nicholas Abbey. So you got the I think it was a white St. Nicholas and a 5-year St. Nicholas.
I don't even remember I had those. I don't even know where they are.
Rashawn buys so much rum, he doesn't even know what he bought. Alright? So that is the pleasures of just lack of concern and wealth beyond means. Alright, so there is a hit. Wealth beyond means. For you just to just buy rums and just don't even know that you have them. You know, that seems like wealth beyond means. Like most of my rums, the time I forget about them, just somebody give me them for free. Because if I buy it, if I bought the rums, it's like, boy, I don't remember. I really spend $60. I might spend $100. You know, it's to the forefront of my mind. Alright, so far we should have this thing closer in the front. This is what we're trying right now. The Queen Share from 2018, right? 2 years, 1 month, and 27 days, right? We already ran through. You know, we probably should leave these bottles up. These are all the bottles we ran through in the back here, right? So if you missed it, jump back in the live, you know, rewatch the live. I might try to get this thing divided up, and you know, so you guys can know all the rums that we tried so far. But so far, these 4 rums back here is what we tried, and we're gonna get to this one soon. All right, so hot on the nose. Sweet candy note, reminds me of the Savannah herb. Bit tannic, woody, fresh wood, hot on the palate.
It's hot.
Yeah, there's heat. There's heat. There's not warm on the chest or anything. It's heat in the tongue, on the tongue in your mouth.
Not a very long finish.
No, pretty long to me. Still
Yeah.
the time, I still have the bitterness at the back of my tongue.
I don't know, maybe too much rum.
So yeah, I don't know. Like, to me, it's something that is unique.
This.
Yes. So so far we have two comparison rums. Savannah Her, that is unaged from, where the hell that was from? Reunion, which is rare, which is limited, which is by Habitation Valley. And Kasama, which is $27 or so, but has way more bubblegum flavor to it.
Yeah, that's all. Yeah.
Right? Way more bubblegum funky flavor. People claim that is added flavor.
I think it's added.
But to me, I'm not sure if it's added. And my thing is, I would have thought Savannah Her was added. The flavors of Savannah Her is so unique and so outlandish in the world of rum. I would think it's added. So I cannot question. If you tell me Savannah Her is real, I cannot question Kasama.
Savannah Her is real.
But I don't know. You never been to this. What are we buying the bottle the same way?
Kasama.
Two. You know what? One day, I want to try
That's
that
why I haven't
sample.
buy a Kasama yet.
I think I bought it.
No, I won't even buy it.
Anyhow, whatever. But you're getting that similar flavor. You get that kind of bubblegum weird candy flavor. Alright? So I get that. I get some moodiness. I get some lingering bitterness. It's only 2 years old. The new versions are 4 years. And to me, Privateer really hits its stride in 4 years. We've tried a couple 4 years, couple months stuff when we had the rum tasting 2 years ago. They had a couple releases and they were all good to me. I enjoyed all of them. All the Privateer bottlings that they gave. Remember they had some weird names. They always have weird names.
Leeward.
What? Leeward?
Leeward.
Yeah, there's Leeward. There was a couple weird names.
I have one.
You have one?
Yeah, I remember I buy one.
I don't remember how you like that one.
I don't know what it tastes like.
Anyway, so they are typically more on the woody front, kind of similar to, they give a kind of four square kind of vibe. Sometimes there's some more uniqueness to it. For me, from what I remember. You can't remember. He doesn't even remember. Anyhow.
I must remember that one. I can't.
So, all those that we tried back then was like 4 years and a little bit.
Yeah.
And we enjoyed all of them. Some more than others, right?
Right.
So, they were all like $50 something dollars. Right? This one here is old. You can't really find it anywhere. But I think that probably is something that you buy more when they hit that 4 year mark. This to me is too hot. It is unique. Like, I'm not feeling some warm on my throat right now. I say a must try for this. I wouldn't must buy that at all or must have this at all. To me, Privateer really hits it mark. Once it's under 4 years, I really wouldn't suggest you buy it. Try it, yes, but not buy it.
No, I remember.
Intrepid, the Nexus,
it was
the Leeward,
Intrepid, Nexus,
Mirth.
Leeward, Mirth, and the Homeward.
I had like the Intrepid and the Nexus was my two.
favorite was the Mirth. That's the one I bought.
Oh, okay. No, I had liked the Intrepid and the
And the more Mirth is 5 years.
Okay, and what's the other ones? Check the other ones and tell me. What's the Intrepid?
The Intrepid was my second favorite.
5 years.
5 years.
Right. 5 years, 8 months. Yeah, so when I get to the 5 year mark, to me is when it's really good.
So much.
Right? So they released a ton of them, but those right there, so those are the older releases.
Yeah.
So what's the latest release? What was that last one that they released? So they released new ones. Oh, so Mirth Intrepid was the last set of releases they did. At least based on his website, right?
Yeah, based on their website. Single class expressions.
Yeah, so the single class expressions, the 129, which is the Intrepid, the 128, and all those numbers there, it basically looks good, it tastes good, and they're all like $60-ish, I think, at that price point. So those to me are good pickups. This year, it was like $45 or so. It's too hot, but it's unique in flavor.
Good rum.
And you know, for me, I'll show you. It's we're down to half. The bottle is down to half. I have sipped this, and sometimes what I would do, I would add a little bit of some SBS Hamden that I have. So I have all the little SBSs, at my desk, my computer desk that I work at. And when I'm working in the nighttime,
Oh, the DOKs.
yes, the DOKs.
Okay.
So I have some DOKs, lightly aged in different cars from port to virgin, all kind of stuff. And sometimes, if I want a little variation, I would add this to it. And so I even add my barrel to this. You know, but I'll sip some first, then I'll add some of my barrel back there, so I add a little bit of the other stuff. So it's a must try.
Must try.
Because the uniqueness, that candy flavor, I like. So for me, it's definitely a must try on this one. But we need to get on to the
The SBS.
last but not least, the SBS. So we have tried multiple SBSs, right? Let me clear this so you guys know exactly which rum out of all these rums we have on this counter here that we're talking about. We're talking about this SBS. Yeah, shift that to this side. Right? So this SBS here is which one is that? This is the New
Yarmouth Estate,
Estate.
which is a sister distillery to Appleton Estate, located in a hidden in St. Catherine.
Exactly, because hard to find, they don't talk about it, they act like it doesn't even exist.
Yeah, right. And it's the mark
It's double.
is double K, which is the highest, which
Highest
is
mark.
1600 esters.
Right.
Right, and this was, it's a pot still,
Distilled 2020, bottled in,
Oloroso.
yes, sorry, finished in Oloroso, bottled in 2021, right? They didn't really say here. You probably need to find this thing for it to find out more details on it, because I think it was only a couple months they put it in the cask.
Was it this one 2 years?
I don't know. You tell me. It look like 1 year, because it says distilled in 2020, bottled in 2021. So at least 1 year of aging.
Yeah, maybe it was 1 year.
Yeah. So 1 year of aging. SBS. Rashawn always finds these bottles for me. This is only 171 bottles. It is complex. There are, again, 1600 esters. So one thing that we had learned. Oh, pass the packaging right there, the box right there. Let's give you the full experience of what SBS sends you when you buy a box, right? So, again, let's do it. So, guys, let's start with a brand new episode. Welcome back again, rum lovers. This is Charmaine and Rashawn. We are here to bring to you a new rum. This is the SBS, right? This is 1423 single barrel collection, right? This is shipped all the way from Denmark. All right. So this company typically gets rums from across the world, and there's some aging to it, typically young, small agings.
Right.
So far, we have bought several Hamdens and this new Yarmouth.
Yes. So they release, it's like a barrel at a time.
Right.
Right. And so like it's a SBS single barrel selection. And this is a 58%. 58%.
And honestly, so far I've enjoyed them. And they're usually young age, but I don't know if they use any special technology or if they just aged it in Jamaica, then ship it to bottle it. I don't know how they do it.
I think it was unaged. I think they buy unaged. They ship it to Europe, and then I think they age it in Oloroso.
They send it to France to age or something because the amount of color, right? So let's get to the bottle itself.
Yeah,
look at the color on this. This looks like it's been aging for several years, right? So in my mind, it's like, unless you have some sort of one of those vibrating machine things that they're doing these days, I just don't understand how they have such a depth of color on these things, right? So this is a 700 CL, is that 700?
Yeah, 700.
700 ml bottle, right? Or 70 CL, right? So this is the packaging, this is the bottle, wood cork on the top. They typically have that little band there with the select barrel band, right? So You know, that's typically how they present the rums, whether big or small. Even the smaller bottles, I have a few upstairs. They are all Hamden, right? The Hamden is what I have in small bottles, and this I have in a big bottle. And yeah, it's always, this is the packaging style. Very good packaging, very good quality. Cardboard. It almost feels like an apple box, how thick and strong and sturdy this is, right?
It is.
So the presentation on this is really nice, right? The bottle doesn't wrap around in there. They have like a rubber on the bottom. Like presentation wise, I'm always hard pressed to throw away this box. My wife cleared up my rum shelf behind me and threw away my box that I had all these small Appleton samples for. You know, I was a little hurt by it, but you know, she's trying to clean up my rum shelf. I had way too much stuff on my rum shelf, so understandable, right? But we are going to sip on this rum right now.
So yeah, it's a pot still rum, as it says. First fill, ex Oloroso sherry cask. Well balanced and complex. After only 11 months of aging.
11 months.
11 months of aging, pot still.
What other information they gave you there?
171 bottles.
And where was it aged? Did they say where it was aged? Because I don't know. I never know Denmark to be a hot place. And to me, the coloration really speaks as if this is a very warm weather where you could extract a lot of color out the wood. Like, did they age it in the south of France? You know? Because France is the only country that I'm aware of in Europe that has such warm temperatures in the summertime that would give us this. Maybe there's other parts of Europe that I'm just not aware of. Maybe Denmark has a hot spot. Maybe, I just don't know. Maybe they put it over like reflective mirrors, but it just seems very dark. Or maybe it's just the sherry bleeds out so much color.
So it was distilled 2020.
Yeah, but it's a
and they
months.
They put it in sherry cask November 2020. It was placed in 130 liters Oloroso sherry.
100 and how much?
130 liters.
How much liters in a gallon? Almost 4 liters in a gallon, 130. So they're small barrels, they're small wine barrels, because typically it's a 53 gallon if it's bourbon, right? So we're talking about, if you divide 130 by 4, or is 120 by 4, it's 30 gallon barrels. So you have smaller barrels, so that is why it is like that.
To make it quite clear, you get a rum that is the direct opposite of sweet. And the taste and aftertaste is so intense that we ourselves had the experience of still being able to taste it 6 hours after consuming the glass. Non-chill filtered.
Okay. So Caesar said Portugal, Italy, Greece, Spain. So you see, these are other countries probably that you get some warm weather in, you know?
Yeah.
Yeah, because it can't be Denmark. I just don't know Denmark to be a cool place, a warm, hot place, right? But anyhow, you take it, guys. I opened this probably months ago when you got it for me. I think you got it a couple months ago for me.
Yes.
And I opened it then, but then I was just overwhelmed by rums for quite some time, and my wife packed away all my rums recently, and I was able to go in and get my rums. Oh man, my thing just died. Let's see. Wow. So it looks like this died. Boom, boom. Shoot. We have tricks. We make tricks here, man. We've been recording for so long that the stand seemed to have died. Alright.
Maybe that.
Maybe this could help it a
Maybe
little.
take out the black one.
I'll just bring it higher. Alright guys, so we have a bit of a technical difficulties. Alright, so we are right. Okay, so we have a little graphics. I'm glad that you're saying it's a rum that's not so sweet. Some of you had to convince that our rums are sweet.
Yes.
So,
Based on what you just said,
mhm,
last week
mhm.
I was in an ABC wine
Right.
and the manager
Mhm,
of the store,
mhm,
you know, was asking like what his preference in spirit. I said, I prefer bourbon.
mhm.
Cause he said, I said, what about rum? He said, no, all rums are sweet. I said, no, it's a, too much sugar. I said, no, it's a misconception. I said, if there's sugar in the rum, it's added.
Someone added sugar.
It's added. I said, all spirits that are distilled,
They distill all the sugar.
it's distilled. Zero sugar,
Yeah.
zero everything.
You need sugar for the distillate. Even vodka needs sugar for the distillate. Even bourbon, the corn, you need sugar. No matter
Right.
what spirit you use, it's the sugar that creates the fermentation, it's the sugar that creates the alcohol. But you have to remove the alcohol in the distillation process. And if it carries up to 40%, you need to remove all sugars to get to 40%.
I always say that to my co-worker. I
Mhm.
said, no, rum have sugar. I said, no. rum
I
don't
explain
have
all the time.
I said, the yeast eats
All the sugar.
all the sugar to convert it to alcohol. He said, no, you're speaking
And by the time
nonsense.
the yeast eats all the sugar, you get like what? 10% ish. And then you need to distill it even further to get up to 40% or higher. So at that point in time, there is no sugar in the alcohol. All the sugar is added when you drink things like Malibu and you drink other
It's all added.
cheap, like you drink, Captain Morgan and whatever other sugary things you drink. But I could give you rums that are very so not sweet that it's like, ugh. That's just like there's rums that are way less sweet than bourbon on
Yeah.
flavor profile, right? So yeah, we definitely need to explain that to people more. I explain it all the time. I have happy hours sometimes at my job that I have to explain to others. But yes, rum is not sweet, right? And this is fact. But some people just need to be convinced of it because the same process to make rum is the same process to make bourbon, same process to make vodka, right? You just age it more to get the color and some other
Right.
flavor notes. What has you found?
No, I was just confirming what
Oh,
I
okay.
just said.
Oh, okay.
So, any spirit that is distilled pure without
Mhm.
barrel aging, whether it be whiskey, gin, tequila, rum, completely carb free,
Correct.
sugar free.
Correct.
Yeah.
So sometimes you just need to let people know, do a quick Google and just show them and let them know that hey, there's no sugar here. Alright. So next person we got GM joining with a glass of Rumba White. Cheers. Cheers.
Cheers.
Alright, so I don't know if I want to just join with a glass of white. So you have ice in that Rumba. So the Rumba White, is that the Rumba Silver, the one at 40%? Honestly, I really prefer the higher proof, the 63%, the overproof,
Yeah.
more than just the silver. The silver to me is, I don't know, I'm not a big fan of the flavor profile. So you're drinking it neat. Neat at 40%? Well, so we are all neat here. This is 50 something percent we just had. You're joining us a bit late. We ran through the Brazil, we ran through the new Bourbon Court at 55%. We ran through a couple other rums here. So, if you guys are now joining, after you finish watching the live, you could go back in and look at some of the other rums that we reviewed before, because we definitely reviewed a ton of rums before we got to this point. But yeah, so enjoy GM, and happy that you're enjoying the Rumba White. Let us know if it's the silver or the overproof. What about the silver? Do you like the silver? The silver is a bit bitter. It's a bit bitter, dry. That to me is a proof that rum doesn't have sugar. You haven't tried the silver?
No, I've tried it, but I can't really remember.
I just remember that I wasn't a big fan of the silver. I really enjoyed the gold and the overproof a lot more.
Yeah, I mostly just drink the overproof.
Yeah, the overproof, the gold, I drank a couple bottles of that gold, man. That gold was really good. Alright, so hopefully this is the last rum of the day. We've been going at this for an hour and something right now, hour and a half, a little bit more. So this is rum number 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Yeah, 6. This is rum number 6 of the day. All right. On the nose, what do you think?
Cape Cod.
I'm about to go to Cape Cod, and people have been telling me Cape Cod create white rum. Huh? Never heard about that. Never heard about the Cape Cod white rum. Huh. Alright, we have to look into that one. But yeah, so what do you think about the nose?
The nose just slaps you in your face.
What's it? One,
It just
it's hot, it's sweet, wine, roses, high esters. Oh, this is 11-month rum at this deep of a color. It's somewhere in Europe. It cannot be Denmark. Well, honestly, they didn't even say Europe. They said it. They said they got it at the age for 11 months. They didn't say where they aged it at all. They didn't really mention that.
Say.
But very high color.
The only thing I know, SBS is 1423, I think.
Mm-hmm.
They're based in Denmark.
Right.
So that's the only they have
all their colorations to me are way more because they only age for like a year or two.
Yeah.
And they don't say where they age, but they get a lot of influence from the wood. Even the virgin oak had a light color. It's kind of like that, and it's only a couple months as well. You know?
Yeah.
So,
the DOK, the Hamdan DOK
yeah.
is from SBS.
Delicious rums.
Delicious. You know, I find this more intense than the DOK.
I hear what you're saying. And my response is that, is it more intense or is the flavor more challenging than Hamden? Hamden flavors aren't as challenging as...
You know, we need to do a live comparing the New Year amount, this with the DOK. Since it's similar in esters and similar in age.
You want to do that today?
Think of it, we'll do it.
Okay, so we might be adding a couple more rums in this live. Oh, you know what? Let me say that for next week.
Alright,
Let's save it for next week. Alright? Because right now we're on rum number 6. We're over an hour and a half in. We could save it for next week.
Okay.
Or you want to do like I don't know.
It's up to you. It's up to you.
We run through so much so fast. Like, you know, to me, if it's nothing with the arm reach, let's not even have to go up and grab them and make sure we don't break any bottles and all that kind of stuff. So I don't want to be in a rush to get the live.
Yeah, we have an invitation. I described this.
This one.
And also, we had previously last year.
Mm-hmm.
I think it was Thanksgiving weekend, I believe.
Probably.
We've done a review on this. But
we did.
Yes. Through the hard way. Me, you, and Emmanuel.
Yes.
We did a review on this.
Really?
Yeah.
Okay, so I have that on my phone. I need to upload it. I got some new software to edit the videos and stuff. I definitely get into that. But life's been busy, work's been busy, and that is my plan. My plan is to get into these editings because it was last year. Whew, several months, right? So it's about 8 months or more that we've reviewed this thing. I haven't released it. I really thought I didn't remember. I thought it was a hand that we reviewed that time, but whatever. Anyhow, so we're gonna release that review hopefully soon. Very intense flavor, pretty hot.
It is hot.
Winey, sweet, aromatic flowers. Oh, I'm about to cry. All right, so let's get some tasting notes. What are you gonna say?
I don't get like when you smell like the OK, you get the painting and the varnish.
No, I got that. I get that.
You get it?
Yeah.
I feel it's a little bit less than the Hamden the OK.
That's right. Yes, it's a bit less than the Hamden on some of these notes, but like I do get varnish. I do get, because honestly, like I was gonna taste something, like man, like I just got something. I wish I had described it for you guys. I am getting a varnish kind of vibe right about now. It is
painting a mineral spirit.
painting a little bit of like rust, like rusty nails on the back end right there.
You know what I think?
Mm.
I think they then chop up
Mm-hmm.
a pineapple
Mm.
and a jackfruit
Mm.
and dip it in mineral spirit.
But and then just some painting apart, some serious painting kind of vibes. All right, so let's get into the tasting. Let's get to taste this rum, man. Mm. Woo. Prickly tongue, sweet, pineapple, bitter. Finish is still going. More subtle. I don't know what that is.
You taste the sherry though.
Slight wood, yeah, definitely.
Yeah.
Tasty sherry. But complex, lots of notes.
You don't want to take another taste?
How much is this bottle?
About $80 something.
Okay. Must buy.
Oh, definitely.
Definitely must buy. There is so much going on here. So,
You don't have to take another sip.
mhm.
You could just sit back and still be like,
Yeah, because it's still in the palate, it's still in the thought processes. So $80 something plus shipping.
we don't shipping maybe $80.
Without shipping, maybe $80.
Yeah, without shipping maybe
And we shipped a couple
$80.
bottles at the time.
Yeah,
We had shipped the 2 sample sets. Your sample set. You had bought a sample set.
yeah.
The Hamdens.
Yeah, the Hamdens, the okay.
Yeah. Honestly, I swear this tastes different from the previous one we tried. The bottle that we drank out. To me, this seems a bit more challenging than the first one that you bought.
Really?
Yeah. Like, I thought it, like, I tried this week. I was like, yo. But this was packed away. Like, again, this was on my shelf. My shelf was covered in rums. My wife just put them all in containers and packed them away. And I finally was like bringing out stuff that I needed to try. And I was like, when I tried, I was like, man, this is way more challenging than the last one. I don't know. I was with the same bottle, or a different release.
It's the same.
It seemed more challenging. The last one seemed closer to like a Hamden kind of vibes where it's just like I was in my spirit, I was in my mood, in my groove. This one seems more challenging. I don't know why. It just seems more challenging to me. Like that last one, I felt like Hamden is one of those rums for me that I could almost chug. Like I just feel like it's so good. I was like, just put the glass to my head every time. But this seems more challenging. But I'm definitely enjoying this one.
Yes. Burn brown sugar.
Mm. Burnt sugar. Sherry. That mineral, rusty nail. I don't know.
Raspberry.
The sherry is so much there that all these flavors play to the background, even though it's only 11 months. Like the sherry is just up front,
Yeah.
and then you get all the flavor notes in the background. It's a lot.
I think I need an age.
I feel it.
Without the sherry influence.
Mm-hmm. It's like it's trying the palate. I'm tasting more of the rum there when I just let it just linger in my mouth before swallowing. That's the thing. Sometimes rums are so unique. You really need to get to try them without influence of any kind of wood to really be sure of what you're tasting and what you're trying. You know, that's the thing that really makes me feel like not getting some of these finishes. When the rum, like to me, when the rum, you're just used to the rum. Like I'm so used to some rums, like even Appleton 8. I drink so much Appleton 8 that if you bring a finished Appleton 8, I'd be happy to try something new.
I would
like,
try.
Like I drink a lot of Appleton 8 just like this. It's so, to me, like one of the more perfect rums out there that I don't need anything else, right? Like my mother-in-law just believes that Appleton 8 is just the quintessential rum with coconut water. Like she's like anytime like she's like, oh, you know, I really want some rum and something like a cocktail or something. What she really saying is that she wants Appleton 8 with some coconut water. She's not saying she wants anything else. Because to me, it's like she's one of the most perfectly balanced rums, especially when you make like an ice cube out of fresh coconut water.
It is very balanced rum.
Very good. But to me, like it's so balanced, it's so good. I'm accustomed drinking it. I enjoy drinking it. To get a rum that is, to get an Appleton 8 finishing something is very, very enjoyable, right? So that's the thing. For this rum, it's so complex. Plus, you're adding sherry finish. I'm wondering, what am I missing because of the sherry finish? You know, is there something that I'm missing that I'm not getting to enjoy? Because the sherry finish is kind of masking it a little bit, but then the sherry finish might be mellowing it out a little bit. You know, we might think it might be.
Yeah, I think the sherry finish mellows it out.
Mm-hmm.
I believe so. I believe without the sherry finish, it should be more intense. Which I wouldn't mind tasting.
I agree.
This is good. I love this rum.
It's good.
I love this rum. This is by a whole case. By a whole case.
Yeah, so, guys, as you know, none of our videos, none of our reviews is sponsored. If ever someone sponsors me, I'm definitely gonna let you guys know. So these are honest reviews for every single thing reviewed today. SBS, very complex. It's a must buy. For Rashawn, apparently it's a must have, a whole case, right? We tried.
Seek it out.
Yeah, seek it out. Like we had to import that from Europe, but definitely worth the buy. Like
and the shipping is not even too bad.
Right. Yeah, so definitely a buy. We tried the privateer, which was which is an old bottle, the P110, right? P110, which was only 2 years and something, which it's a must try. I won't recommend buying at $50. I think the price points right now. The new ones are 4 years. Right now, the new Queen says 4 years, and to be 4 years the minimum really for privateer rums. Do you want to get back to the SBS again?
I don't know. I don't love this rum, man.
Right. So we are going to do another live with more SBS rums. I have some rums upstairs. But I'm like, all right, let's just save it for next week. Hopefully we get some time. As you know, Rashawn and I were dads, young dads. And we definitely don't have that much time there to get these things. You know, that's why we did doing it like. We just don't want to go through the process of like editing and all that kind of stuff. So hopefully next week we can find some time. And we're going to do a live on this versus
Hamden
DOKs.
Because I think you have a DOK.
And we have the unaged. No, we have Oloroso. We have like the small samples. We got 4 small samples.
Yeah, 4 small samples.
Right, and we're gonna finish those because I have a little bit. I'll bring them down to get them away from.
And you could compare this with the Oloroso.
And we'll compare those. However, we also have Hamden's unaged.
You had that for a while.
So we're gonna do a live. If Rashawn like could find some time, hopefully next week. The house is empty. Kid isn't around. No one's around. We're gonna do another live next week. It's almost 2 months now. We've been trying to get this thing together.
Yeah.
Right. So finally, my wife, family, everyone's out the house. House is empty. We got to do this. Happy for the opportunity to present to you our tasting notes. All right. So we're gonna follow up. Hope you get some videos out. Hope you get some more lives out. Happy to provide you with this type of information. Ready, Set Rum, carrying you around the world. 1 to 6 or more rums at a time. Cheers.
Cheers.
Till next time.